evening, crewmates. Captain Andy here. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. Currently at this time, there is a Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest going on. This time the event is in Tokyo in Japan. For those who have not had the chance to look at it, by all means check it out. I don't want to spoil what will happen, or what has happened already. But some interesting news have already came out. Probably once this is done, I might give an overview of what has been released thus far. Until such time, I will not spoil it. By all means, check out the Final Fantasy XIV Discord. I also believe they have a YouTube channel. And somebody else have a Twitch X channel. Check it out. For those that are worried, yes, while it is in Japanese, they also have an English translator. So by all means, check it out. Myself, on this hand, as I mentioned, I'm going to be waiting until it is over so I can give a review, so I can just read over everything and go from there. For now, I'm going to play Final Fantasy XIV. Play a little bit more into the story, Clalin's story, of continuing through her progress of A Realm Reborn, and then to continue onward with the story of Final Fantasy XIV, finally, for her. It's been a long time coming for this. We're about a little bit over halfway done, so let's get a move on. During the last several, not sure if we'll be able to make all the way to Hoke Manor. How do you pronounce that? I always thought it was Hoke Manor, Manor, Hoke Manor. I guess that depends on the dialect where it came from. Either case, the manor. And between our time there and when we first started this, there's been so far 6 instanced areas, 5 dungeons, 1 trial, where I had 6 different jobs, all done through roulette. 6 different jobs, and I'm curious whether I should remove those 6 from the list so we can have the remaining 4 jobs left, or should we just leave it on there and just play it by ear? I think later on there's a couple dungeons I may just opt for Paladin or Warrior. Probably finish off the story as Warrior just to match the motif, as in Warrior is part of ARR, Bard was part of 1.0, Dragoon is more like Bard and Warrior 1.0. If you look at the trailers for 1.0, show that the main character is playing as a Bard. Heck, even look at the could be wrong, but wasn't the trailer for Shadowbring also depicted the Warrior of Light with a bardic weapon? A bow? Maybe. Either case, that's what I could try and do. And also, obviously, at the end of Endwalker, I'm going to be going with Paladin. We'll see. That means I'll have to unlock Dark Knight for Shadowbringers. Be the Warrior of Dark... spoiler! Warrior of Darkness in the World of Darkness. Alright. No, I'm not supposed to go there. I want to do New Game Plus. Continue on where we left off at... Hey, it's Alphanode. Not for long. Bye, Alphanode. Alpha not there. So, let's get a move on, shall we? Yeah, talk to Minfilia. Yeah, we're more than halfway there. We're past the level 25 mark for quest, or we're just on it, which means that we've gone past the first part. Let's talk to Minfilia. Welcome back, Clalin. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Mighan refugees have lost their faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the three city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. With that more that could be done to ease their hardships, I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I would be pleased to introduce you to him. 26. There, we're already past the halfway mark. Your Alamegan comrade is named Hadibat. He joined our cause in the hope that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Hadibat is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Huzzah! Hey, for those that are joining us, hope you're having a great time so far. Hope you were given the chance to check out the live stream of the Final Fantasy XIV Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest. I would love to go to that one day. Maybe in the future. Be nicer if they came more towards the central part of the country or somewhere on the East Coast. But that's also why it also makes for great adventures out west. At least west for me. Until then, I'm also glad about the other convention which have been great to go to attend, the KoopaCon. Great time there. For those that have not heard of it, KoopaCon is a fan-based community for from Final Fantasy XIV, but it comes to the entire Final Fantasy series. Only been to a couple of events, but those couple of events were great. I can go on and on how great it was. If you checked out the first stream of me playing going through the Clalin story, I spent about a good half hour, probably a little bit more, give or take, where I just professed how great that weekend was. That weekend, and as well as the time when they were in Montreal. It was great. Looking forward to going again. They have a current event coming up, I believe, in Birmingham in a few weeks. I can't make that one. Just a little far off, and I don't have the money for that. And I can't need to update my passport. But all the same, for those that are attending, have a great time with that. Alright, but now it's time to continue on. If it isn't Clalin Seraph, the sun's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo? That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet, whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarrymill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Quarrymill. Now, should I teleport there, or should I take a bunch of chocobos there? What do you guys think? Well, first I should get out of here properly. Bye, Thancred. This is a long loading period. There you are. Chocobo Keep. How far can you bring me? Good, let's go to Ul'dah first. Yeah, this area right here, getting down here used to be a little bit more difficult than it is now. Right now I have a great straight thoroughway through this tunnel coming up ahead. We can get to the upper and lower platforms. 1.0 was not the same. When 1.0, you're mostly on the top, and you can look down, like this area right here. But in order to access that bottom area, you had to find caves that let you get to that area, because you couldn't jump in 1.0, nor could you fall down. So it was a challenge to get down at times if you did not know the way. But once you found out the way, like anything else, it's just a matter of just remembering where to go, etc., etc. But if you didn't know the way, you'd be spending a while just following the map. Oh, there's a town at the far west side, Vesper Bay, but I can't get there. Why? Well, because the had you follow a very set path with little indications on the map. Reminded me of Final Fantasy XI, going to the Yatunga and Yotor dungeon, Yatunga and Yotor jungles, where gave you a map, didn't mean it showed you the way on how to get to certain places. It's like they took some more difficult parts from 11 and just put it in the beginning areas of 14. But that was just one of the many uniqueness of 1.0. Yeah, uniqueness, that's the best word I can think of. But don't get me wrong, 1.0 had its moments. I wouldn't be here if it was not. None of us would be here if 1.0 was not here. Simple as that. Briar, Misbegotten, Tetano Tenno. That's interesting, Tetano Tenno. The Steps of Ul of Nald. But the only thing I will spoil about the FanFest is, if I remember correctly, Dawn Chill will be coming out this summer. So get ready. Get ready. Yeah, just go back to our good old chocobos. How far east can we go? Camp Drybone, probably. Looks like that is it. Yeah, let's go. What's cool about this, mobs won't attack you at all. It just, like Chocobo has some type of incense where it just doesn't let any enemies attack you. So you can just enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery, go grab a drink, go to the washroom. Yeah, these train tracks were not in 1.0. That's something that came out between 1.0 and Realm Reborn. Remember when there were the first live letter, or was it the second live letter? One of the first live letters that they were using to promote A Realm Reborn, where they were showing off pictures of the new areas and showed off these train tracks, but they were not specifically saying that they were train tracks. But it would be a great idea if they were train tracks. It was they were train tracks, but they didn't want to outright say it until they showed it. You know, I wonder if they still made use of the graphical engines from 1.0, what would the grapes look like? Because the 1.0 engine was, back when 1.0 was released, it was one of the top, from a graphical point of view, it was one of the 2 games that required a beefy machine to run. I forget the name of the other game. Obviously, since then, games have evolved, requiring more beefier machines than they were back then, but still you needed quite a beefy machine back then. And from a graphic point of view, 1.0 looked amazing. But it suffered in many other areas. One of them being, not sure what the proper term is, but the actual usage of the game, where if you had too many people within a certain area, like say a bunch of people around this Etherite, the game would slow down so bad. It was hard for the servers to keep up. Plus, by taking the Chocobo Porter, you can actually see the preferred route that the game wanted you to take. Or what they gave the Chocobos anyways. If I'm able to get up to Hulk Manor, I will change the title of this stream. I just thought they were kind of cute what I have so far, the path to an Mighan heart. If I am able to get the Hulk Manor, I will change the title to something which I had in mind. I planned to stream a little earlier, but I had some chores I had to get done. That's life. This is a long series of Chocobo rides. Should have teleported. Yeah, as you can see, as you get more and more towards the Shroud area, you're seeing more trees as well. It's the Shroud. Which I think is a nice touch, especially coming from 1.0, where you literally went from one geographical plane to another, like from a forest to a canyon, desert-like area. Can't say desolate, but it was quite empty. That's one thing I'll give 1.0 about Gridania. As confusing and much of a pain in the ass it was to walk around, it had life. It was teeming with life, trees, mobs, and everything. It had life. The Lanosha area, it had life. It was its own ecosystem as well. Excuse me. Well, I might just go all the way. Which way will this take me? Right or left? Ooh, this way. Amdapor Keep, right up there. Stopper. Yeah, well, Final Fantasy XI, you did not want to fight on Morbo if you didn't have to. Here, well, you fight them quite a bit. What helped the ones in here is that their bad breath is a lot more avoidable than, well, pretty much most any previous Final Fantasies. Tactics would make an exception to a bit more better to handle than most other Final Fantasies. Yeah, I got a friend here, Lord Power Riders. Alright, let's go. Yeah? Yeah? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Why the hell should I? Just give me one reason. The Hadabut sent you? That worthless horse son. He abandoned his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. I mean, I realized Herbert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mifsud, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Killing him softly. At the rate we're going, might be going to Hawk Manor sooner than I thought. I am Mifsud, a proud man of the Mighan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain! Captain! It's Clalin, sir. His wound's gone and festered and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Clalin dies, his blood is on their hands. These quarry-bow cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Alberta. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. Of course I will. I like how the similarities between different characters, the height differences, because Clalin, well, this is Clalin's height. Not the tallest, but then again, in 11 she was one of the smallest Mikoches I chose. Well, Andine is an Elizin, tall. She has legs. One of Mifsud's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen after all, but that means going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if anyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help, if there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Clalin. Clalin, the hamlet's resident here. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. Clalin. You wish to aid Alamegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the 12 woods. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast, or men grown, are judged by night whether they have a place beneath the bough. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. That's how it's to be then. That's how it's to be then. The bloody hare might as well kill Clalin herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody wool. I cannot wait till the resistance is free of this place. I led my men to Quarrymill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell, Clalin can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd forever be in your debt. Get them horns! Okay, so I just need to get 4, right? Alright. There's that. I got so much garbage on her. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got the 4 horns with you. This particular specimen is almost twice as long as a normal horn. How it grew to this size in a single season is baffling. You're a godsend adventurer. Praise Rog, there's at least one woman here in this place who gives a damn. Now, we just need a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Bascado, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns folk away in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he'd like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him to have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here. Godspeed. I think this is the one where you have to, if you talk to him, it starts to fade here. We have to beat up a drunken man. Sorry, not beat up. Aggressive negotiations with a drunken man. Ah, Clalin, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You got something to show me? Well, look. These look like good antelope. These look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Mighan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? What's that? This is for an Mighan soldier in Quarrymel? So it goes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as needs it. Oh, and don't worry, little head off about payment. I still owe you a great deal more than you owe me, I reckon. There we go. And we just take the token back, because I'm being lazy. Although I'm pretty much I start with the actual story later on, especially when I get into Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker. There's going to be a lot of side quests I'm going to do. Use them to level up, especially the Dark Knight, Machinist, and Astrologist. But it will take some time, that's for sure. But those quests, I'll figure what to do with those quests. I don't have to do them as Paladin because, well, Paladin's already at level 90. Or I believe present me with much experience stuff for a Paladin anyway, so I'll best use it for other jobs. It is is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? If one is to believe Buscato, this foul-smelling paste from Alamigo will stop a wound from festering. Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Clalin receives treatment at once. Hopefully, this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Adventurer, Clalin has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Alberetta. Might be as a woman's seen something. Finally, it's about time you came asking about Clalin. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me sure not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. This is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to little Alamigo. Blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking, I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Clalin bears for his brother is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Out in the wilds, alone? That fool. That great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood. My men and I will scour the wood for Clalin. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Remember right? He's in this area, in the cave. There he is. Clalin. Oh, watch out! A goblin! Goblin ambusher. That's a same name for a goblin ranger in Final Fantasy XI. I think that they were either tier 2 or tier 4 goblin. I can't remember off the top of my head. Probably tier 4 goblin. Clalin! Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it, the oath to reclaim our homeland? We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Clalin. I'll see you back at Quarry Mill. You'd think that, I know the story between Hildebrandt and his family, but do you think that they're maybe the start or part of Highlanders? The fact that they don't wear short shirts unless they need to. Then again, what's his name? Lord Raubon wears a shirt, so what am I talking about? Clalin is expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take to the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend to my people. Ask of me anything and it's yours, as long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Alamigo? That's all? Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I'll provide you with a letter to show Gundabald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that he'll do all in his power to aid you. Let's see how far the chocobos will take us. So it takes this route. Okay. I'm gonna have to make some new gear then. Level 62 gear for all the classes. At least all the melee can get there without any problems. To me, it's these classes that are gonna be the problem. For the simple reason, I don't like to have. I'm trying to get rid of gear. I want to get rid of old gear so I can make room for new gear. Essentially, when I get these three up to at least level 50, I can get rid of almost all the gear from prior. I don't like getting rid of gear I could use for another job until I have absolutely no more use for it. Because then I'm just buying or making again. It's kind of being redundant at that point. Man, this Chocobo does sharp turns like a pro. She's in for Chocobo racing. Camp Drybone. Yeah, this route takes a lot of bridges actually. There's a bridge here, one right after that, and also one in East Clalin, the high bridge. Even taking this road, you can tell like you're going to Clalin with the more, I guess, rocky area that you're seeing as opposed to other areas of your dino where it's mostly trees. You do see some rocky areas, but this, you can tell you're going more towards a place that's more arid, that has more rock, more open. Trees are not as sparse. Then you come here, you see some trees and it gets more and more arid. Falls Respite. I believe there's some job quests you can do there. I'm going to do the job quest later on as well. I think once I'm done with the main story, I'm just going to go through each respective job up to level 50. Some of them I've started the quest for, some I have not. So the ones I've already done, I'm going to have to use New Game Plus for that. And that should be relatively quick, I'd like to think. The one for Paladin might be a couple extra dialogue just because I played Paladin in 1.0. The same for Dragoon maybe as well. I don't remember one for Dragoon. But the rest should all just be the same as everybody else for 2.0. As I've never really... The only other job I may have leveled up in 1.0 would have been White Mage. Because in order to get Paladin, you have to obviously level up Gladiator, but you also have to have a level 15 Marauder and also a level 15 White Mage. The only melee class that required you to have a mage job leveled up. Yeah. I think that's one thing I like about Paladin then, is how it stands out to me. It's a very versatile class. It's, regardless if it's for obviously it's a tank class, but it's very versatile. Aside, what I mean by not being able to do a lot of damage, but as in it can heal, they can tank, they can cover. Ah, screw you, game. Fine. Take this the long... Me and my truck will do it the long way. Bridge number 4, right here. This truck will run faster anyways. Run you over! Ah! Chocobo can fly. An old Chocobo can fly. Yeah, as you get more and more of this, you see less and less trees. More rock formations. Gundobald. I think what I'm going to do by the end of this, if I can, if I'm able to, I want to do my stream. If they're still up, I'm going to raid the Final Fantasy XIV channel that's going live, see if they're going to let me raid. If they have signs that I can't raid, then I can't. I'll just raid somebody else. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. A quickly drawn up letter addressed to one Gundobald. Mifrid's recommendation. You spoke with Mifrid? It has been so long since I last heard of him. I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Mifrid sees you as a friend, and any friend of Mifrid is a friend of mine. I know this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you want to question them about their trysts, but they're not like to yield information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may feel obliged to talk. It's more like, tell them I told you. Or else they'll get a whooping. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Gundobald sent you? Listen. I told them it was a bad idea. All that crap about believing that the masked man and... you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me not to think I'm in for it. Old bear. He old bear that'd whip you every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Wait, did they have Sundays in this game? I know in 11 they had like each day had its own name, like Fire Day. Like we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but theirs is based on the elements, like Fire Day, Water Day, Ice Day, Wind Day, Earth, Thunder. One for each elemental, as well as a light day and dark day. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say that I have. But I'll be sure to tell my friends you're looking for them. Tailbot? There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious like, but I got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble. Mark me words. Got a chink in my shoulder. Maybe I didn't stretch enough today. So, you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, the same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got a revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time that we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you for bringing word to me. Hey, adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald, and wants a word with you. Said he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. Ooh, let's go! Between now and that time, I gotta figure out what to do with my inventory spots. I only have 7 inventory spots. Some things I want to keep so I can get my relic weapons later to level 60 and relic weapons. Some things I can get rid of soon. Like once I get up to a certain point, I will finish the current relic weapons. Then I can get rid of the Zodiac glass. I already got all the. Once I get the relics, then I'll have more inventory space too. And I've got a bunch of stuff here and there. It's Wilred. Hi. Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you. To discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you? Or someone else? Curl got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get her! I have no clue what I tried. Hey, buddy. They're dead. You're stronger than you look. Uh-huh. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Right. I don't want the pice again. I'm just trying to. I'll just be mean to that thing. Hey, I already had a few of those. I'll say I had a few. A few too many. Attacked by Wilred and his cronies? That they would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs? Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover this agenda and put an end to this madness. Can you please not shut my screen? Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundobald! But Liana, God's preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the corpse began came. They took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out that what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. Oh, there we go. Map of a Zanrak. Just conveniently placed here. What those animals did to Bertlian is unforgivable, and to think they looked down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Here, lizard. I think I need a bigger box. Ooh, a hunting knife. I think the rest are upstairs. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundabald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the seven's hell did I put that bloody map? If you can't take care of a map, never mind. Oh, mighty Ralger, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. Slowly getting towards Hoke Manor. After that would be Brave Flock's Long Stop Hard, and then the next Primal. Or Icon, or Avatar, or whatever name you want to use for summons. Gone? The whole lot of them? Then it is as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it that they mean to do? Countless years of use have seen the blade dulled and nicked and the haft worn smooth. A detailed map of the Amalja stronghold in southern Clalin. What's this? A hunting knife and the map of Zanrak. Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystal, did you not? Could he possibly mean to? By the gods, this is rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded, all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be bursted before they get within 100 moms of the crystals. They are headed east. If we hurry, we might find them before it's too late. I guess hurry means Chocobo. How far east? That's not that far. We go to the bridge. Alright, there seems to be a bit of lag between what I'm seeing on my screen and what happens on the stream itself. Sorry, what happens on my computer and what's being shown on stream. As in... Maybe I'll count the seconds before I see it on both. So I'm going to jump right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's about a 5 to 6 second delay. Why did that just mean because I have a slow network connection or something else? Level 31, let's go! Wilred, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. Pull yourself together, lad. We're going to make an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him. They're just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizardman's cash, but they caught us and so many dead. God forgive us. He lads, you shall pay for the crimes with your souls. I regret a young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price to pay for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alamigan people. This hope I will guard with my life. When this one's die off. This way everyone can just focus on the boss at the end. That'll solve the healing. Gundobald the Resolute. Cool. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youth could learn much from a woman like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait, we've come all this way. We've got to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The Mathman told us that we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgar. He swore... Enough. I will hear the rest of this story tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Clalin will wish to hear it as well. Sorry about that, folks. We all make dumb mistakes. Some more dumber than others, and the cost of those mistakes is high. Best thing we can do in those cases is learn from it, so we don't do it again, and try to help others not make those same mistakes. But, as I said, we all make dumb mistakes, and you can't always stop people. Some mistakes, as just said, are huge cost. wrong to say that, I know, but such is life almost. Okay, ooh, that can bring us there. Right back to all that good. If I'm Murray, I eventually have to go all the way to Gridania, I'm gonna take an airship for that. I know I could just teleport, but let's enjoy the game. Eventually I'll get bored enough with walking around and just teleport. No more lies, Wilred. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralger, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from the squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't. I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you'll always be welcome here. Back to square one. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Minfilia. That I'm taking chocobos. Well, that should not take too long to get to, and yeah, not you. You. I really thought there'd be like a route between Camp Drybone and Little Alamigo. There's one that was called. Yeah, Little Alamigo. Because the other one for all the way down in Forgotten Springs. Oh well, it is what it is. Cute tidbit, Little Alamigo was in 1.0 as well. It wasn't as pronounced as it is now. It's kind of like more like refugees just starting off, finding a home, Little Alamigo, and just working off that. It was more people living in a cave, escaping stuff. Between 1.0 and here, and this one now, and then Reborn, they're better than they were before. A lot more work could still be done, but better than they were before. Princess Beach? Alright, higher Vesper Bay. Alright, let's enjoy this. Oh, a lighthouse. Actually using lighthouse. And it cuts through the fog somewhat. That is cool. Casually walking through a battlefield. Anialos Azlith, Linux Gitsudo. I heard a wolf. Here. Do a nice little with him. Let's see, we should go with Bibbidi Bobbidi. Boop. Hey, thank right here. I think we already spoke about what he says last time, so I'm not going to bother repeating myself. If you're interested in what was said, check out yesterday's stream, part 5 of Clalin Reborn. But I do try to talk to as many NPCs as I can prior to, after each respective cutscene, just to see the different dialogue they have. Welcome back, Clalin. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill in Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Habrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deception the Ashians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. Our work and no play makes Philly a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, milady. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. Okay. Terror at Falgord. While you were tending to business in Clalin, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting Alahabra's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 is winning. We'll pick up Lahabra's trail once more. The Raksha can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Clalin. Still the same people here, or did you change? You still say the same? Yes. Livian's still here? Okay. Walking one's to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a walking one in the Ashground Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Madrad had an encounter with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking one should go and speak with Digging One Madrad. Digging One is to be found at Falgord Flout in the North Shroud. Shroud. Alright. Yes, we are taking airships. I'm pretty sure if I teleport left and right, it'd be a lot faster. And maybe just me want to get myself immersed in Final Fantasy XIV. It's gonna be a long road. Probably when I get to Heaven's Road, it's gonna be teleporting around because teleporting between, say, this. I actually forget some of the name of this place. Hang on, let me get here. Teleporting from, I don't know, Limsa Lamentia to the Sea of, not Sea of Stars, but Azizla would, no. Actually, Azizla would have to go to Ishgard. But like, not Nilsa. Wow, it's been a while since I've been to some of these areas. Oh well. Place where Alexander's at. The Dravanian hinterlands. There you go. Teleport one place like that to like walking or taking travel between one area and the other would take a long time. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But trust me when I say this, even taking this route here is a lot faster than some of the routes we have to take in 11 to get from point A to point B. Say you set to meet at noon to get, heck, let's go back to one of the beginning end game bosses. The sky area, where you fought Kieran and the everything end game bosses like Genbu, Siryu, Suzaku, Byakuya. Say you set to meet at noon. It would still take everybody about a good 20 to 30 minutes just to get to the location. Maybe 15. Depending, yeah. Still, it took time to get to where you wanted to go. That was even for EXP parties. If you just meet up all together, still got to get to the, yes, you have to be in parties to get experience points quicker than normal than you would solo. Wolves. Yeah, so you have to take into account how long it would take to get there, along with actually doing the deed of getting XP, and it was still, this method of travel here is still a lot faster than what 11 was like. But because it took so long to get the area, to get from one level to another, each individual level felt like an accomplishment. Not a lot of games, I think, can say that. 11 could say that each individual level, each piece of progress that you made felt like an accomplishment. It was cool. This way. Oh, I gotta do this event before the end of this week. Probably get that done tomorrow. Dawn in the desert. We might be getting closer to Manor than I thought. Foul gourd float. Yeah, so when I get to the current content in the game, most of the side quests I'll probably do on the side. Anything that seems more prevalent that could be towards story elements, I will play on the stream. Unfortunately, that will take time to complete to get away from the main story. But one thing I was interested in is if I can get all these side stories done, where they affect the story in a major way or a medium way. There's a certain scene in Endwalker where you're gathered together by many NPCs, and remember some of the things I did with Clalin. Maybe they had different dialogue, but because of I did them, I can see them there for a reason. I'd like to see if I get that all done prior, or see up to level 80 as possible for each respective job and whatnot. Get the stories done for that. See what the story difference would be. So apologize in that sense where it will take time, but I'm curious what that would look like. Hi, Madrad. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Whoa, chill, buddy. It's not what I've... You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can recount what I saw without losing it. Cool. It was just another ordinary day. I was heading back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbled head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyebrow and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept as near as I dared to see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instance, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Madrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork! That's what I wanted to. Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? A slaughter quest! Alright, so we need to go at the east exit for this, if I remember right, because if you go south, then you can go after the... There's like a hill area right here. We're down here, there's golems. Here's where the Ziz are, as well as hares and, I think, a couple bombs. And I think there's also some golems too for one of the fates. And scorpions, there, scorpion. But we're not here for the scorpions, we're here for the Ziz. You also find golems on there too. If you go more towards this area here, you're going to find some Kirkins. Or goblins. Kirkins or goblins, I forget which one. I think they're Kirkins. Here are the Ziz. Well, that was easy. Goodbye, animal hide. Well, we're level 28, and then it means Hulk Manor's close, because Hulk Manor minimum level is 28. So we're getting close to it. And we're in the right area, the Shroud. What am I doing? You've already seen to the Ziz? Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find aught to suggest that the creatures are our culprits? No, they died before they even saw me. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Yep. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd rather watch myself. Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that After each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you want to throw the thing. Once you've thrown the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments, and I'll give them a gander. All right. This, I believe, we go south. Oh, I guess you could also, this way, if you go south here, you can also go here. So this area connects. But to get down south, I guess it's just quicker going south first and going around. Like I said, then you're going to run into these golems. Mobs, if I remember correctly, the ones that have the red color to the top left to the left of their name icon, nameplate, will attack you on sight if you're within 10 levels. If you're 10 levels above them or below. The ones with the blue icon to the left of their names will not attack you. They are passive. One more to get. One sec, folk. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 mile of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spears to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Bigger than a shard, but not quite large enough to be a cluster. The energies emitted by this crystal lightly tingle the hands of any who touch it. Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspect. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire stand stick. Oh well. There is something you should know. I have been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medred's paranoia. But I, too, have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Madrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell above me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with the giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. I'm going to start taking out my mounts here. You guys are having me run back and forth. Let's get up there, if I believe, then, yeah. I think this is a way up to the second floor. Yes, it is. Good. Otherwise, I would have just went around the mountain. But this makes it a little bit easier. Or I'm going the wrong way. I should be going down below. It's down below. Great. Ow. I mean, something's going to appear around here. Ooh, 9 dynamite webs. I only have... Wait. There we go. Oh, they're all in my saddlebag and then one of my retainers. Alright, so let's put this into my saddlebag so I can... Don't know why I'm keeping it, but I am. I have no clue what I'm going to be using with these. Brass Gobcog, Iron Amal Jacques, Inferno Tapper, Rope. Yep, rope. Rope made by spinning together several stalks of wheat straw. Alright. A monstrous Banamite appeared, and you slew it? That creature has long been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you have done a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder. Was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Powers of deduction! There's been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer's still at large. Judged by your furrowed brows, I take it this story business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was the winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's plausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banamite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we both have seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here had a run-in with the Banamite at the very spot you claimed to see the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I could wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's a reason why there couldn't be... God, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. Ugh, so obvious. But then that means, since there have been multiple sightings of the fiends, then there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Unless you've forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpent should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. down here, I think. This thing's in the same area too. Same area too, so I'm just gonna go this way. Oh my. To the guard, okay. Present the ravaged corpse to Ethelmare? Ethelmare. Get him, Wood Whalers! Get him! Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? The body of this poor soul has been defiled in more ways than one. Okay, I literally just carried a body with me, and you're just asking if there's something that you can help with. Yep, it's a game. Gods be good. Not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the central shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeballs are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify their next of. This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil? Or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare to hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. Well, it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals. You have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this manner. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mighan. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contracts can shed light on its sigil. Ophi, have your travels taken to the west? Have your travels taken you to west to the snow-covered highlands? I've not been there myself, but 'tis common knowledge that the Ixal roost in Corthus in great numbers. Ever must be we keep a wary eye on our borders. Okay. Alright, let's go back to Gridania. Better can't walk in that water. Remember back in Final Fantasy XI, I started in Windurst and The outside area where you leveled up from 1 through 10, and pretty much the area we have to go to continue on to other parts in the game, was called Saruta Baruta. And I did not know you can walk into the water, and then there were streams there, and I just thought, give it a try, and I thought it was cool. You can also fight there, and some of the fish don't seem to like you stepping in their water, but it was still kind of cool. Hello, Mother Mighan. Good day to you, Clalin. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. A lily sigil is carved into this tiny ivory button. Why, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Etherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button. Reminiscence of those worn by the families of old. Though I cannot claim to know that its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be Singulier, over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Alright. Lancers Guild we go. Excuse me. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late, there has been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. Alright. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of Dadakur's family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face? Was it marred in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dardancours. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain that which she had lost. So began the rite of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went on. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. But when the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hoki Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine has been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. I swore that? What? My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at Hoki Manor, on the western edge of the central shroud. Go now. Go and do what must be done. I think you missed something here. I don't remember saying anything like that, but sure. What are you guarding? The district beyond is home to distinguished Gridanians. Commoners may not enter. That includes you, adventurer. Go back whence you came, or I'll be forced to remind you of your place. Yeah, that show. Hey, where's town? Yeah, it's back the way you came. Alright, so, Hulk Manor. So I guess we are going to be doing this tonight. Let's go this way. Alright, let's go this way. Hey, it's nighttime again. As some of you, if anyone's not familiar with Final Fantasy XIV, I'm not sure if other games do this, I'm pretty sure some might. At least for the cities, there's a different theme for daytime and nighttime. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. in game time, there's one certain theme. And 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. game time, there's a different theme. And the same thing was in 1.0, interestingly enough. You stand before the White Wolf Gate. Do you wish to exit to the Central Shroud? Indeed. It's not that far. We can make our way. That brings me down to a cave. I'm not looking for the cave, though. I'm going more south. Or maybe there was... I guess I should have followed the road. Whatever. That bridge takes me to that cave. There was a proposed statue of Bahamut in there, I think. Pretty cool in a way, but... Nope, that actually takes me where I need to go. Oy. Alright. There's a random smith here. Alright. Bong. Alright. Now, the question is, what job should I do this as? For that, let's go to our trusty wheel. Wonder if I can put this more center. There we go. That's a little bit easier to see. Ah! What are you doing? Sorry about that. I'll remove that later. So this is it. This now of the 4 jobs I've not done yet so far with this is Monk, Paladin, Summoner, Monk, Paladin, Scholar, and Black Mage. Let's shuffle this up. And let's go. Well, That solves that problem. Back to live. Sorry about that, a little hiccup there. Alright, so let's go do this as monk, shall we? Portrait should still be okay. Good. Hoke Manor. Let's join. Yeah, so I got pretty much all. There's only a couple story dungeons I've not unlocked. One of them is Snowcloak, which I need for my relic weapons. So when I get to that point, then I'll be able to do it. I think that was 2.3, 2.4. I think 2.4. Yeah. Whew. But I think when I get to that point, like for 2.1, I'll just do 2 of the dungeons. The new dungeons that came with that. Same with 2.2, just to show them off. Yeah, up to Praetorium. Praetorium is the last in-game story dungeon from a Realm Reborn base story. Then Andapur Keep, Fair, Sirius were from that period as well. 2.1, I believe. Copperville Hard, Hook Hard. They're all kind of cool. Tamterra Hard, Zastasha Hard. Alright, let's go to emotes. Do the same thing with her. Don't know why, but bibbidi bobbidi boop. She disappeared. The joys of waiting for DPS. So that now makes us down to 3 jobs I've not done dungeons with in this run. Paladin, Scholar, and Black Mage. These are all done random. You see them all done random. And I shuffle a couple times prior, so. Alright, so maybe I can update the title for this. Path to an Mighan heart and manor. I doubt I'll get up to Brave Flock long to stop it. Yeah, I doubt I'll get to Brave Flock's long stop after this tonight, but we'll see. Never know. Alright, can we go in? Everyone want to join to help us get in? Hello, buddy. We dead. He did. Moments. Yeah, the floating air opened the door. Alright, sorry about that. Just have to quickly mention something. Hey, there are people here. I think this might be the biggest roadblock for this so far. Just all the DPS class waiting to get into a dungeon. That's taking up quite some time. But once we get in, we can just kick ass and chew bubblegum. And then you're stealing stuff from me when I say that, so I'm not going to continue. Because it's cheesy. But it's from the... I think that line was from the late Rowdy Piper. I forget what movie it was, like from the 80s. Probably something else too. Yeah, something cool about this area, this manor. Get up there. You can actually go up here. That's about as far back as you can go. Can't actually go under the roof. It's unfortunate. At some point there's no Western Shroud in the game, but there was in 1.0. You can actually still see part of 1.0 from the Central Shroud area. Right around here, you can see the falls area, the Pixie Falls. I think they're called Pixie Falls. Not there. I don't remember the actual name. But you can actually see the waterfalls that were part of Western Shroud around this area, and you can see it from here. You may need to fly up to actually get a better view of it, but you can still see them from there. It's a big house. one day I'll get to do a tank again or healer. Then I'll get into these dungeons and trials a lot quicker. I could always just do it always as paladin, but then that would just get redundant. What's Lena doing? Making self-step. Oh. If Lena wasn't too busy, I might kidnap him. Have him be a tank for us or a healer. Probably a tank if you want to live. Oh! There we go. 1 second. There we go. Jump scare. Ooh. Big cats. Let's go beat up some carpet stains. That's what I'm gonna do. We have a cat and Paw Patrol party. Come here, carpet stain. Should not be too bad, this party. Normally I would stun that, but I don't have that thing targeted yet. Ash, go. Go, buddy. Let's do it. Let's go. I know, positionals. you. I should have stunned myself. I don't know why I did. Because I suck. You guys can go that way. We're gonna go this way. Hey, we got 2 monks. We have a monkey party. Final Fantasy XI. There are undead skeletons in that game as well. And monks actually had a huge advantage against skeletons. Because hand-to-hand actually did almost like double damage to skeletons. Provided you can hit them. Well, interestingly enough, slashing damage did less damage. Piercing damage did even less damage. I think they actually tried to take into account just the physiology of the mobs itself. Just, I guess with bone, it's easier just to smash it while trying to poke a hole in something that most skeletons have holes. But like, in a way, I understand why they went the way they did with the 14. So each gamer is different in their own right, so can't complain there. And saying that, they both have good stories as well. If you have the chance, check out 11. If anything, just do it for the story. The game is dated. It's been out for well over 20 years now. But if you're interested in a Final Fantasy story, it is a Final Fantasy story. It's more episodic, but it is a good story. Oh, let me repeat that. It's more episodic earlier. They're episodic, but not in a bad way. This dungeon's not taking long at all. There we go. For those that, I have a feeling this part is not going to go all the way search the whole dungeon, but further down here, there's another. It's more. Can't say it's just an extra section where there's more treasure at the end. I think just one piece of treasure. More mobs to kill. More treasure. Back in the day when mobs used to give you XP per mob killed, it'd be a source of XP you could use. Now it's just more like a optional area. They can go in, I'll just join the fight after. She's sleeping. Ah, I'm picking up just trash. I forgot to pass on the trash. I liked her. Ah, I didn't want that! You jackrabbit. Yeah, I guess I got desynthesize. That's true, Lena. That's sure. Mad freaking Pat is Lena in 14, so I'll just call him Lena. But that's true. Yeah, I did not know about that for Stormblood. Well, maybe I did back then. I just forgot. As for the optional stuff, yeah, people just tend to ignore it. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. Ascendant of the 12th Staff. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Grrr. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take measure of your strength from Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Right, before I continue, here, desynthesize this crap. And this crap. Hey, look, I got more crap. I would probably just sell that later. That's true, for the resistance down abilities. Still, it's kind of cool having like the inert resistance. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. No, I am old. There's no doubting that. I don't know if that'll let me to Gridania. I know this exit can be funny, where it lets you out but doesn't let you in. I'm not sure if it'll let me in, but we'll see. If it does not let me in, then that'll be one of the few instances I'm just going to teleport it, because I'm not going to run around this way. No, just let me in. I'm that far in the story, they can open up the door to let me in. And since I've done that, let's just go here. I am old. Yep, I'm an old man. Alright, let's see if this lets me in or not. Yeah, I've also started getting gray hairs, which is why I have to keep my head shaved now. Alright. Earl Dread, let me in. This is the White Wolf Gate. Do you wish to enter Gridania? Yes. Imagine if he just says too bad. No, he actually opened the gate for us. Good. As mentioned earlier, I doubt we'll have time to get to Brayflock's Longstop hard. Brayflock's Longstop. But we'll get as close as we can. I do have a certain time limit I want to end this at. Roughly around the same time I'm going to fall unconscious. Okay, let's go here. So next stream, I'm curious, or next dungeon, should I just put it on in the wheel? Should I just put in the 3 jobs I've not done, or should I just keep all 10 jobs and just take whatever's there? Because with 7 jobs out of the first 10 that are available, I'm running out of real estate. The percentage of trying to get one of the 3 jobs I've not done yet for AR dungeons is dwindling down. It's like a 30% chance I might get one of the 3. Yeah, I thought about doing that. I figured it'd be kind of cool if I just stick to the ARR jobs for ARR, then Stormblood, I'll add the other 3 once I unlock them. Heaven's Word, I mean. Then Stormblood, add Red Mage and Samurai. I just figured go that way, it'd be kind of cooler. In that case, I should just suck it up, just keep all 10. Up to a certain point. What am I doing? Pass my mark. You I'll probably add them later. Maybe I'll add them once I get all jobs, and that might make it more fun. Get them all up to a certain level, but at a certain point I'm not going to be able to do all the jobs because, well, Clalin's level 90. Well, I want to get them all to level 80 anyways to get all the story for it. We'll see. You are returned. What sights awaited you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. Okay. She went so far as to consort with devils. What that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are of the same vile blood, a brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, though misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I'll surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Pray return to the waking sands. Okay, this is a time where I'm just going to say screw it. I'm just going to teleport. See, told you, Clalin's gonna get through the story finally. You can stop going, yeah, you're gonna get past it on time, yeah. should at least finish AR before Dawn Trail starts. All right. Pray return to the Wakened Sands. Again and again and again and again. Hey, Lena, maybe you might remember this. During ARR, when you were coming out with the new dungeons, I'm not sure if I think you were gone during that time, but for ARR, like every patch they came out with a dungeon, but back in ARR they came out with like 2 or 3 per patch, major patch. Do you remember how many it was for ARR? Like it started like for 2 per patch, or because we had Enderborg Keeps Fair serious at first, but then they came out with the hard stuff. Must have been more than 2 because of the 5 patches. We have like an additional like 10 dungeons or something, or 20. 3, oh, okay. Now we're down to just 1 per patch almost. Ow. Okay, these guys are still here. Alright. Welcome back, Clalin. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn in the Twelves Wood? Two Alabria's minions? And they sought to measure your strength, by their own admission. The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then, the Assassins have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Assassins might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has risen that requires your attention. Let me know when you're ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Ah, fair enough. And now, like, for Shadowbringers and Endwalker, we only get, like, 1 per... I hope Dawn Trail adds more to that. I hope. Wrath of the Titan.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, Two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlwyb hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
5 years? They must have been disbanded right after the calamity of the ones that are living, probably because some of the members died out. I think we actually go and visit some of their members. Maybe the calamity had an effect on them.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So
Apparently I gave my say. All right. Of course I'll accept. Okay.
Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies. Tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward.
All right. I'll answer that. I'll say that in a moment, Lena.
Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright, now that the cutscene's over. Okay. Yes, Y'shtola's look is similar, very similar to mine. But this look is my same look I had in Final Fantasy XI, before Y'shtola was even conceived. So, Y'shtola stole my look. That's all I gotta say about that. This is a carbon copy model of best possible between 11 and 14 that Square Enix did for 11 players who jumped ship. If you want to have the same model as close as possible. So this is Clalin's model from 20 some years ago, updated to 14. So Lena, shut it. All right. All right. New talks. Dariustel. No matter one's past transgressions, all who have seen the dream are welcome, even men such as we. I have heard offers of such as these before. All were not more than bait for the hangman's noose. Oh my goodness, this place is a lot of people. Alright, let's start. Go around. Hey, it's Noraxia. This one has finally figured out a way to make walking ones be quiet. What does Friendly One think? This one is very convincing, yes? Where's Livian? No, there she's still there. Alright. Ida's on her way to Gidania to request aid of the Order of the Twin Adder. In the meantime, we must learn all we can of the Primal Titan. Literature may yield us the odd morsel of useful information, but there's no surer way to seek the former members of the Company of Heroes. With this many people here, we need a culinarian of our own. We can't subsist on rations and preserved foodstuffs forever. Clalin, have you heard? I have been chosen to serve as Noraxia's bodyguard. There have been increasing reports of Imperial activity in Thanalan, and so the antecedent insists that our guests be escorted whenever venturing outside. I know how hard you of all people work to endear us to the sylphs. I swear to you that I will guard our honored guests with our life, and not allow your efforts to come to naught. Guarding Noraxia is a prestigious duty indeed. Ehrenfeld is right to be excited. But he has never crossed swords with a Garlean before. I wonder what will happen if he is forced to confront his father's countrymen. Congratulate the boy, Clalin. Chosen by the antecedent as a Sylph's bodyguard. What an honor. Of course, this means his dusty rags will no longer suffice. I see we get the boy a shiny new suit of silver armor, the kind the Sultan swore to wear. We split the cost evenly and surprise him. Not bad, eh? If there's anything we can do to help, no matter how small, just ask. Broken carriage axle, cracked barrel, hell's even a leaky bucket. Say the words and we'll fix it. I want to believe I don't want to believe that Master Garland is dead, but the chief wasn't the type to cut and run off. He would have gone to Cartano. He would have been there when Dalamed fell, which means, as the primals fell, so do our spirits soar. Though mine aid be but modest, I nonetheless am heartened in my duties. Hey, look, it's Clive! I am told you're one of our finest, Clalin. I suspect we'll see much more of each other in the future. The Waking Sand sure is busy these days. Fresh-faced adventurers eager to make their mark. Famous folk like you running off to face the bleeding Lord of Craigs. Maybe it's time for me and the boys to retire. Adventuring's a dangerous calling, after all. Be a little slower, be a little late. Just once, and that's that. Livian. You'll not believe it, but I've been summoned by Lady Minfilia. Do you suppose that she has an assignment for me? What, I would not give that something to fight for again, and yet I must not be over-eager. Looks like the antecedents found herself a good crop of aspiring heroes. I reckon Erosia will be right as long as these fine folk are around to protect her. Yeah, he looks slightly different than 16. Yeah. I guess that's what they mean by the crossover event, right? An eye patch. Different hair color. No brand or scar. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You did not hear that? We got to go to Limsa Laminsa, so fastest way there is by boat. Let's go to the boat. I wonder how many people still actually use this boat system from Vesper Bay to Limsa. Or back, or vice versa. wonder how many people actually know that this exists. What, 40, 80 gil compared to whatever amount it shows the other way? There's the boat! From the fog. I'll go as far as it'll take me. I believe the... What level is a Brave Fox long stop? 32. This is quest number level 30, so... You never know. Might make it. And the next primal, as you can guess from the game so far, is going to be Titan. And I believe that is 34, if I remember right. Yeah, 34. Since we're at the level 30 quest, we now officially roughly 60% done the ARR story. The main ARR story. Yes, that is very true, Lena. Although that quest crunch kind of comes at the price as, actually for most of the quests, I'll give it, it's somewhat linear. The only exception was for Hawk Manor. Apparently I told the guy that I would, swear that I'd kill this Amandine lady I beat from Hawk Manor, but I don't remember ever saying that. So, like, that's some continuity, just a little bit curious. But overall, they did quite well. I'll give it that. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to the Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guest we were told to expect. Forgive me, madame. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe as the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers for Okamoto. Our scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals. Fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word has spread of your accomplishments, Clalin. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Clalin personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagan and the kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we'd had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of heroes returned. But they are long disbanded. We must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the signs of the seventh dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their home? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you to choose your words with greater care, Lady Yestola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath, or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Linsalomits's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already, we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Clalin? Of course. You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. 3 Mikotes and a Rogarian. That the kobolds would summon Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe. And I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Grey Fleet Mills in Lower Lanosha. Quite why mercenaries should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhaps you can ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. That, I believe, is in Lower Lanosha? Yes. Alright. So how far up is this? Top right hand side. I say look at the countryside, but we have fog, so we can look at the beautiful the fog that's on the beautiful countryside. One sec, folks. Actually, I'll just put this out right in the chat. Lena, how long do you think the job quest would take? Like the storyline from saying Gladiator and Paladin from start to finish? They're like what, 6 apiece? 12 in total? going to be as possibly as long as a whole storyline that's going through ARR. I would assume, anyways. I know when I go through Bahamut, that one I'm going to do as level 9. I'm just going to breeze through that just to enjoy the story. Mostly because we do it with the party, it's a little bit harder. Not that I'm against being hard stuff, but... maybe I'll try that out later. Lay down your burden, son, come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time, find ye a lass or 3. You gonna see something, Venture, or just keep staring? Eh? You wanna know something about the company of heroes? Ah, hell's price of bleeding fame. Can't have Miller mill in peace no more. Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself like the last. Old Doom was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Alright. Yeah, ha ha! So, you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do ye? Let me guess. You mean that bastard Titus, eh? Yes, Titus, that's right. Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. 'Twas a mighty struggle, like the legend of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and night we did. The ground trembled every step Titus took. And when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Oi, what's that look for? I'm a goddamn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics you used to beat old Titan. The character Clalin couldn't care less about his stories. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. If you're so damn desperate, then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that made a nest by the windmill just south of here? I do that, and then we'll talk. Yeah, it would be with just the cutscenes, the fights that go with the respective battles and whatnot. Oh! Rat King! Bye! That was funny. Oh. Miller need? Hey, it's your Stola! The company of heroes is the most celebrated mercenary band in the history of the Eorzea. Even so, I must admit I've never before met one of the members face to face. I imagine that a hero who had toppled both Titan and Leviathan bask in the lifetime of fame and glory, yet he seems to have settled in a place distinctly bereft of adoring crowds. So the best beasts are dead, are they? Nice work, Venturer. Saved me the hassle of... never mind. What? You're still asking about how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy. The kind only a veteran 10-score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do. But unless you prove you've got what it takes to face that fat bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you need to be capable of slaying, say, a Gubu. Come to think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste of the flour mill here, so you ought to have no trouble finding one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut one down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't we try heading out due west and standing on lookout in case a Gubu comes calling? Slay it, and I might consider telling ye more about old Titus. Titus. He did. Why do I keep picking up this stuff? I actually have some of this. You know, toss it here. Yeah, easy peasy. Eh, you again. Then the Gubu that was harassing the millers is dead? Didn't think you had it any adventure. Still took you forever and a day to get the job done. I'm still not sure I should tell your secrets. Forever and a day, I just stepped outside and he tripped, man. Wow. Alright. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if he got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if he slew a... Tractum? You in here drinking again? If you are, that Gubu had better be dead. Oh, what's dead, Chief? You have me word on that. Cleave the beast skull in two with me. Trusty axe I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me, Chu, was Tractum who slew the Gubu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tractum, the finest axeman ever to serve in the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew that bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal who fought in a sodden dream? This company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody half-wit. Well, see, Titus is what me and the lads used to call him. That's the biggest load of shotgun shite I've ever heard. Both you, outside, we're learning the truth the Laminson way. Tractum, if you didn't say that Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. Yeah, 1 second too long, that's right. First world problems right there, Helena. Oh, level 30. The Laminson way. Okay. Your rules first on its master boulder will be judged the Gubu Slayer. Don't even think about trying to kill me. That's cheating. Who picked these boulders? There's nothing like. Ah, hell's of it. Let the contest begin. Alright. Behind you, a three-headed Gubu. Uh-huh. What's he doing? Paralysis? Okay. How you feeling, lad? Feeling a bit stiff by any chance? The bomb still hasn't gone off. I didn't even know there was a bomb there till after. Alright, I'll admit it. I lied about being the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief, please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson, honest I have. Save your blubbering Tractum. God, I should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just that I keep getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you wouldn't believe me, so I look. His name is Wishcat, alright? Wishcat. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus. Or whatever the hell that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So go on then. Tell the chief to forgive me. It's only fair. I boot him in the ass. Oh, there was a description right at the bottom here. Oh, I can't see here. I'll just move this quickly. Show it right here. 5 seconds to self-destruct. I guess I got her before the 5 seconds were up. Alright, let's go to East Lanosha. Give me a home where the buffaloes roam. God, those are big buffaloes. Strong? Yeah, that's right, too strong. I can't be strong, I'm a paladin. Alright folks, I'm going to be stopping stream in about 15 minutes. As I'm going to need to get some sleep. It's been a long week. Tomorrow I'll be on a lot sooner than usual. Tomorrow I'll probably beat Titan by tomorrow, and more likely I'll get the Titan tomorrow. That's pretty much almost guarantee, unless I can't play tomorrow. Next time I stream, I'll for sure get the Titan. For sure, the next dungeon. That much is a given. All right. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourself heroes then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of the Inferno. We know full well the risk and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered? Useful. But it will not be enough. It is true that the company of heroes fought and failed the primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You're passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than a greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogamaro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Jujuju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your ability by attending one of our... Ye gods, man, have you heard nothing I said? We have not the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy's at the gates. Do you imagine words can sway me, girl? It's funny. later on, was it and not Endwalker, it was a Stormblood, I believe, where Ystola's similar wording with another NPC you meet down the road. It's kind of cool. He's talking down to her because based on his experience, and by the time Stormblood comes around, Ystula gets a lot of experience too, and she does something similar to, well, he calls himself the Sun, or Ystula's case, Little Sun. It's kind of cool. If you dislike my conditions, then you're welcome to find your own way into Okamoto. Though it pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we are to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa Lominsa hangs in the balance. Oh, I get that. That's... Yeah, true. But there was that one moment she, well, he called him Little Sun. So, yeah, that must have been Endwalker, I think. Maybe. Must have been because it would have been after she came back from the first. Oh, it must have been post Shadowbringers. Maybe that. Yeah. Master Jojo's request can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true task, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. And Nyx has recently been prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large, slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Frog legs. We go swimming? When used as bait, a fish this size is sure to attract even the largest of beasts, a fattened herring. Alright. I've done my bit here. Can I go? Hey, it's done. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Almost as large as an owl goat leg, but several times leaner. Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in a company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge that befits your talents. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sal in the near future, and Master Jojo wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But while money is no object, not everything Master Jojo desires can be so easily purchased. It is to be an extremely exotic feast, and so, Clalin, your mission is to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine. And by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the south route and speak with Landonel at Camp Tranquille. What? Do you mean to tell me you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe that you can outlast the Lord of Craigs? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. Alright. Yeah, so just to finish up the last little bit, I'm going to just teleport around because I'm not taking the boat 20 times. When it comes to the point where it says pray return to the waking sands, then I'll take the boat. Do you require assistance, adventurer? So, this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Clalin. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. For me, you will receive only information. What you do with it is your choice. Trial by turtle. Let me be clear. This business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them. It was all jolly good fun. Alas, Redanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Dito here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I am seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon that egg. There will be other heroes, Clalin. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Such a nice guy. Landonel. Dito Masroka. Never doubt that Camp Tranquille has a powerful protector in the Sixth Spear. You've heard of the prowess of Captain Landonel, and I am certain. So let's go east. Down these conveniently placed steps. Extra steps. Bounding steps. Look, there's a adamantoise egg just sitting here. That's a big ass egg. That is so wrong. I guess it didn't die in the swamp. I know this is ARR content, like level 30 content. That would take a little bit longer at level 30. Oh, I forgot to claim the bloody egg. Uh-oh. Alright, you didn't see that, guys? You did not see that? We'll just cut that 30-second out of here. Alright, let's go back. I thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end? An exceptionally large egg with a seemingly unbreakable shell. When it hatches, the baby adamantoise that emerges will likely be as large as a hound. Such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me. I'll see to it that it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Thanalin. In Forgotten Springs, you will find a man named Uodnun. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Clalin. Whoa. It's gonna cost us to go to either location? Fine. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Waste Cat sends me. Have the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. You will receive nothing. The R's, the purring R's from Mythos from 11. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battles, there's no mistaking that, and you did manage to obtain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Noon I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and I am now Noon. Many years ago, I joined the Company of Heroes to hone my skills, instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and it is why I still hold it, and it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. The children of the sand do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amaljan encampment. There dwells a warrior renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amaljan battle, you must first find a way to lure him from the encampment. This will be your first test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I'll offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You'll have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior and bring back his necklace. Maybe about a couple more minutes left. Yeah, so I'm assuming the calamity also would have affected this Company of Heroes. Possibly the calamity killed several members from their group. Or the devastation just, they have to go their own ways to take care of their own respective cultures, their old cities. Whatever the case. A trophy claimed from Uodnun from the dying hand of an Amalja warrior. Wow. I just tossed a spear at him. Tell me, adventurers, is our old nemesis dead? A confusion of teeth, bones, and claws strung onto a piece of leather. Supposedly from the pattern in which items are ordered, other Almozad can glean the name and rank of the necklace's wearer. Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear? It belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied it from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing outside the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms slither brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I'll mark it upon your map, along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. How would I get back to Costa del Sol? Then I'm gonna stop the stream then. Stopping in the desert does not seem like an interesting thing for me. Like I said, later on in the evening I tend to just stop and fly around, get it done quicker. A few more bells under the sun and this fish will turn ripe as a fairy apple. That was easy. Although I guess it helps when you're like, I don't know, it's 65 levels higher than it. Or 55. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? A large round slice of Welwick worm white meat. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Clalin. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Whitecat. Were not, you have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Whitecat's counsel. Ah, but hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I'd like you like you to deliver to him for me. The captain was always fond of this brand wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, but he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have, I owe to his wisdom and generosity. I, Weisgott, was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Clalin. Alright. Finish up this quest, start up the new one, and call it for a night. Means I'll probably be doing Brave Flock's long stop quite early during my next stream, as well as Titan in the middle of that, and I may even get into the Sunken Table of Karn afterwards. I may ask Valinda if you'd like to join in on that, just because I want to get the actual puzzle part done, because I think the puzzle part's cool. The game has like its own secret side thing. Well met, Clalin. Landanel and Woodnun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? A deep caramel-colored spirit made from twice distilling fine red wine and then aging it in rosewood barrels for at least 30 summers. Ooh. That actually sounds tasty. My favorite. I shall have to thank the Nun personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Alden all this time to obtain it. Thank you. Things we do for cheese. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brave Flock, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls docks and speak with Ozanudrun. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brave Flock and her people have made their home. Alright, Alright, folks. With that, I'm going to take my leave for the evening. I'm going to continue my stream tomorrow. What time? I cannot say off the top of my head, but it should be a little bit earlier than today's. I do have some chores I need to finish up by tomorrow, but tomorrow I should be back. So what I will be doing then, I'm going to wish everyone else have a great night. If you haven't, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, if you have not had a chance to check out the live stream of the Final Fantasy XIV Live Fest that's happening live in Tokyo, please do so. I understand it's a great time. I would love to be there in person. Check it out. They're giving out or view it online. They have the Twitch, YouTube, and I think Twitch, YouTube, and a Twitter or X channel, where essentially they're just giving updates to the games for 14, and looks like they're having a great time. Check it out. If you're there in person, I'm jealous of you, but maybe we get to see it one more time in the future. Till then, everyone take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye. Actually, before that, we're going to raid. Let's see if we can raid that channel. I'm curious if it's possible or not. Let's see. They probably have settings against that. I would not be surprised if they do. Let's see. If they do have... If they do have things against this, stands against this, that's fine. We'll find someone else to raid. Hey, we can raid them. We're gonna raid the Final Fantasy 14 channel. I may get in trouble for this. Hope I don't get banned. Till then, guys, take care.
この場で紹介させていただくと、
お願いします。
まず最初が絶馬派の武器ですが、これはやっぱバハムートが金色に光り輝くっていうところから